Hey, everybody. Welcome to my Saturday night live stream. As you can see, I'm all alone tonight. But thank you for joining me anyway. I have a lot going on here. And thank you for joining me on my Wednesday night live stream with Chris Aiello as we discussed his involvement in the Freemasons. I do appreciate all the views and all the comments we got on that. I wasn't sure how well that was going to be received. Yeah, I have. I've been an acquaintance of his for a few years now, and he had told me that he had joined the Freemasons. So I was a bit shocked about that. So I didn't know what all that entailed. But I just I wanted to clear the air about that, and because it's that interview was very interesting. It seemed that there was a lot of things that came out that that get tossed around the internet that are untrue. Some things are true, and there's a lot of questions that I didn't get a chance to ask Chris before my problems began with the audio. Hi, Strawberry. How are you? And let me see some shout outs to the chat room here. Hi, CCC. How we doing? CCC says it was interesting. I knew nothing about it going in. Neither did I, but I had to do a lot of research because I didn't want to look like a complete fool out there. And I didn't let, even though Chris and I are acquaintances from a while back. Hi, Rita. How you doing tonight? Hey, Drew Bloom is here. Hi, Drew. How's it going? I didn't let him off the hook about anything. I tried to. A couple of questions he tried to circle around me, and I think I did a pretty good job of circling back. Hey, Mr. Webb is here with his telescope, smoking a jalapeno popper pizza. Well, that just sounds like heartburn to me, sir. But good luck with that. Okay, and we got George Gastone in the house. George, I just been hooked on your new channel. If anybody out there has not tuned into George Gaston's channel, please do, because he is putting out some awesome content. A little jealous, because he does keep you laughing. And so yeah, go check out George. Let's see. Linda says, let me blow it up here. I love this little feature where I can blow stuff up on the bottom here. I think I just messed that up though. Show. Okay. I think your friend knows everything there is to know because, I don't think your friend knows everything there is to know because he hasn't been in long enough. He's been in a few years. Yeah, he's not a 33rd degree Mason, that's for sure. And I was very interested to see the how the Masons break off into different factions and things like that. And it's interesting now. Now I'm seeing that symbol everywhere. Everywhere I go, I see this. I have no idea because you walk down the street and you don't even notice it. It's around, and now you realize it's been around so much. I watched a video the other day about Alfalfa from the Little Rascals. Okay, and they show his headstone. Okay, and he's got the Mason symbol on his headstone. I was like, Alfalfa from the Little Rascals was amazing. And I mean, sad ending to that guy. He got shot over a $50. Um, he felt somebody owed him and they didn't. It was very sad ending to a actor like that. Hi, Clayton. How you doing? Oh yes, please give me a thumbs up. I need all the thumbs up I can get. I'll take the thumbs down too. I don't care. As long as it moves the algorithm. That's all I care about. So we got to get these videos out to the masses here. And I'd like to thank all of you because I'm creeping right up to it. I'm getting close to 1,000 subscribers, and I've been on a little less than a year. My anniversary is coming up on the 25th. I've been on YouTube for 1 year, and I'd like to thank Drew and Alabama and everybody for helping me and supporting me. And I wouldn't have been able to move up as in the subscriber count as fast as I did if it wasn't for them. I'm still a small channel, and I'm not here to blow up the internet or get rich off of it or anything like that. I'm just here to spread the gospel, and that's my entire focus. Jesus comes first. That's what I'm doing. So I this live stream got a little bit away from me this today. I have been working really, really hard on my next Heretic Hump Day, and the wife and kids were out of the house. My wife took them roller skating. It was quiet in here, and I just started doing my thing, doing my video thing. And the next thing I knew, I looked up. It was 6 o'clock. I'm like, oh, I got a live stream at 7. I gotta get ready for it. And believe it or not, a lot of preparation goes into one of these live streams because I have to, I take notes. I don't read from a script, obviously. If I'm a really bad actor, and but I do have notes here and subjects I want to talk about. So I was able to get that together. Let me just check on the chat room here. Give Gary a thumbs up. I got that one. Clayton. Hi, Gary. Hi, Clayton. How are you? I am doing okay. Glad to be here. I bet that was quiet. Yeah, the quiet's over now. They're back from roller skating. So it's strangely quiet in my house. I don't know. Something's going on. Excuse me. Don't let anybody tell Kenny I coughed. I need a little water here. So, but yes, we want to with Chris Aiello. I want to do a part 2 to that video because I don't want to end it like that. I really wanted to do a full hour with him, and there was a lot of questions that I didn't get a chance to ask. Like that, Drew, and so I want to get back to it and finish up some of the things I wanted to ask you. If you and even Chris said he was reading the chat room as I was getting ready to close the video. There was some questions he saw that he wanted to ask, but I just couldn't keep the video from skipping. And then, of course, right towards the end, it cleared up. But then I was already committed to signing off. So, and on my end of it, I couldn't tell. When I watched the video back, I could tell that there was that it had cleared up. But what had happened was, and I believe this is what happened. I tell my son, no Xbox while Dad's doing his live stream. He forgot. He came home, went back there, started up his Xbox at the last 15 minutes of my show. He's like, "I'm sorry, Dad, I forgot it." That's all right. It's not Kyle. It's the cat. I had the cat unplug my Wi-Fi while we were doing a live stream a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know, man. It's not easy. I need to build a studio. I need a dad. I mean, I have a man cave, but that's been taken over. I need a man house. I mean, recording studio. Build a recording studio in my backyard. That's what so yeah, I was doing my Heretic Hump Day video today, and sometimes it's hard to get it going. Other times you get on a roll, and I just got on a roll. Yesterday, I spent 3 hours. I got 6 minutes of video. That's how much research I was. And I look at the editing board, and I'm like, I just spent 3 hours. I got six minutes. Today, I'm got it almost to 30 minutes. So I was rolling right along. But yeah, people don't know what it really takes to make one of these videos. And you think you put a good video together, and maybe you look at the viewer count like, oh man, that's not very high. And then I'll do another video that I didn't think was as good as the one I did, and that for some reason skyrockets to 1,000, 1,200 views. I'm like, what did I do? It's all about the YouTube algorithm. So you don't know how they're pushing it out. Also, if you think, please, I love that you like and subscribe, but please share my videos and share Drew in Alabama's, because that really helps too. That gets it out there as well. So please share, put us on whatever social media you're on. That will help to move these videos along. And so of course I'm doing a video on false prophets. What do you think about that? But basically it's going to be more along the lines of the false teacher end of it. And I'm naming the video, "Is My Pastor Possibly a False Teacher?" So, and I use Kat Kerr in it. I use Hank Kuhneman in it, and and what I'm really trying to get across in this video is those are the big time guys and girls that you see on the internet. Those are the famous ones. But there can still be um, one down the street, you know, screaming and hollering at a church, people rolling around talking in tongues, and you got to be really, really careful about that. And it's getting very difficult to find a good church that teaches sound doctrine these days. We are a very small group, and we're getting smaller all the time. And that's why I'm out here doing this, because I want to make our group bigger and bigger. We need to get people back into this. This feel good gospel is not the gospel. What is going on here? What is going to? Oh, what is it going to be on? Reading is fundamental with me. So, Clayton, really? Hey, Alabama, good to see you. All right, he's here. He's here. My man, Alabama is here. So, everybody's saying their hellos. Okay. So yeah, and I haven't really done a lot of videos on Hank Kuhneman, and he's just the most obnoxious person to listen to. He's like a mob don, he just sits up there with that wind tunnel tested hairdo. And I don't think a hair on that head has moved a muscle in years. It's almost like that rubber Dracula hair you'd buy it for when you were a kid for Halloween. Stick it on there. And that is him, the rubber Dracula hair guy. And he sits up there and screams and points and carries on. And if you did, and that's if he likes you. If you disagree with him, forget about it. All bets are off. And he is just up there screaming and hollering and carrying on. And basically say that the best thing that ever happened to this false prophet, exposing that false prophets thereof, was the 2020 election. Now, a lot of people will think that what a nightmare this 2020 election was, that Joe Biden became president. But and I'm no Joe Biden supporter. Don't get me wrong. But Trump losing that election was exposed every single one of these people, And I have been noticing that this now 2024 elections coming around. I've been noticing they're awful quiet this time. I mean, they were awful quiet in 2016. They didn't really comment a whole lot. There was maybe a few that said something, but they were really just prophesying in 2016 what a horrible president Hillary Clinton was going to be. I've kind of got back. Oh, she's going to be a horrible president. Yeah, well, she didn't wind up being president. So you're wrong. So, I think we'll be all right. I'm just going to check the chat room. Sorry. It's shy. What is it? It's shellacked hair. Yes. I think maybe he uses a little Grecian formula on that hair color too, because I think he's around my age. And if you can see here, I got a little gray and mixed in with there. This I kind of I use something on, but I want to talk about that. But, yeah, shellac hair. Miss Terry says, I have watched a Julie Green. Has really went off the deep end. She is shouting. Oh, Julie Green going off the deep end. I don't think there's any end of that pool that isn't deep with Julie Green. I mean, that is a very deep pool, and she dives into it all the time. I used to watch. James, you used to watch Lois. Is he talking about Lois Sharp? But not because I thought she was right. Okay, I should read the whole thing before I comment on it. So, I am on a Lois break unless she is respond. Yeah, Lois is something, and people were coming to me thinking, "Hey, you got to make a video on her if she's from New Jersey." No. She's a New Yorker. There's a whole different twang to that than New Jersey. Hey yo, it's New York. Yeah, you get way up into North Jersey, then people in Jersey start sounding like New Yorkers because it flows across the Hudson River like like a tsunami or whatever whatever he calls it. I can't even mispronounce tsunami as bad as he can. Oh my! Uh, but this video I'm making, I got Hank Kuhneman making a really good mess up of a word. You guys will enjoy that. Um, so yeah, I want to talk a little bit about Alabama and Drew's videos this week. I do love me some Friday fruit clips. Um, although you put that on early in the morning. I, I got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and I left YouTube on, and there's an alert for Drew Bloom's Friday fruit clips. I think it was two in the morning or something. I know you can schedule it, but man, and I'm jealous because he gets more views than I do at 2 o'clock in the morning. So now I'm up watching Friday fruit clips at 2 in the morning. I fall back to sleep and then I listen to the rest of it on my drive to work. So thanks, Drew. Thanks for sucking me into Friday fruit clips so early in the morning. Yeah, man. I that's how long it takes to make. I just don't. I know you're in a different time zone. I just don't understand why you put that on early in the morning. But I guess it doesn't really matter. Then as people wake up, they're seeing it. So maybe I should try that. I don't know. I'll try. I use that YouTube algorithms thing, and it says that the majority of my audience is on between 6 and 7 p.m. Now, whether or not that's true, I don't know. I don't know where they get this stuff from, but I figured why not? So I'm just put this on at 7 o'clock because it's after dinner and everybody's chilling by now, and I am too. So you need to know how to use what, Alabama, that feature. What feature? What feature is that? Okay. Oh, the algorithm thing. That's in that uh, YouTube Studio, I think. Yeah, the YouTube Studio. You can go in there and look at the algorithm. I've just been playing around with that. It's all kinds of different things. It shows you the age of your audience, the when they're on, how long they watch, all that stuff. And if you get real into it, you start feeling bad. Yeah, I saw the average views of my videos are about 8 minutes, and I'm pumping out about half hour, 45 minutes, and I'm like, oh, 8 minutes, come on. Ah, yeah. So guys, please stick around, stick around a little longer tonight. Help my algorithm. Those are the 25 to 35-year-olds, I think. My audience is let's just say senior, okay, and I'll leave it at that as the majority of my audience. I don't fall into the 25 to 35 demographic. Alabama was it says people watch mine for 18 minutes and the good stuff is at the end. Yeah, me too. And Drew too. Drew put some really good stuff at the end of his video. And so he keeps me sticking around through the whole thing. But then again, I'm a hooked on Friday fruit clips on so I always watch it. If I can't watch it all, I get back to it. And or I listen to it in the car and almost wreck my truck actually, and almost wreck my truck because he makes me laugh so much. So I gotta be careful when I do. Alabama too. Uh, so and George, are you still here, George? Um, we I got to talk to you. You have been putting out some really good content lately. When are you putting out your if you're still in the chat room? When are you putting out your next video? And is there sort of a schedule you try to follow as far as posting video? I know when I first started doing videos, I was just kind of all over the place whenever I could get time and throw them out. But now I kind of keep a stringent thing. I do, Saturday night, and it's okay. Thought I lost myself. It is a hump day. So, and so yeah, I came up with that a while back because I was kind of trying to look into into the title for a midweek show, and Drew had the Friday Fruit Clips, and I go, I love that title. I wish I would have thought of that. So I started thinking, I was like, oh yeah, okay, I do like that, and I notice I'm jumping around here. You guys hear me okay? I don't know what's going on with this. I have my repeater right here on my desk, as close as I can to it. I really I think I'm gonna have to just go out and buy a Cat 5 cable and run it direct because I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, I see I'm jumping around. It's a little rough. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing that too. I do everything I can to try to get this to be as smooth as I can because I I get rid of all my cookie files and I reboot the computer and I try to make it as good as I can. But sometimes it's just a little rough. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do something drastic here because I can't make you people sit through this. Are your kids gaming? Probably. So that's why I should call them and say, stop gaming, Kyle. Let me get hold on a second. Call in for reinforcements. Hey Siri, call Lexi Lou.
Calling Lexi Lou mobile.
I'm calling in for reinforcements.
Hello?
Hello, Lexi. Um, can you tell your brother to stop gaming because he's messing up my live stream?
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if that helps. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're bringing me live stream luck here because I am really messing up here. All right. So, yeah. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna be doing a video. It's gonna feature Hank Kuhneman, Kat Kerr, and all the other false teachers that are out there. And and again, get I want to get back into this into my studio here. Video we started that we couldn't finish because of the same reason I'm dealing with right now. And for pizza yum. So because there's a couple of the things I wanted to ask him, and I know on there that he wanted to um answer that he did never got a chance to because there's I wanted to ask him about Anton LaVey. I don't know if anybody you're familiar about it. He was a really demonic figure from years gone by, and Aleister Crowley, who, according to my research here, Crowley was a 33-degree Mason. And so I want his opinion on that. And the thing that really bothers me about the Masons is that he's like, well, I'm in the Christian version of the Masons, and there's the demonics or this and that. The thing that I don't understand is why would you want to join an organization where any part of it was demonic, And that's just the part that disturbs me. He says it's for the camaraderie and all that, but man, I enjoy the camaraderie of you people. I don't need to go to a Masonic temple, and that just that I never got that question really answered, from Chris. Chris is a very nice guy. I respect him very much, and but I obviously disagree with his goings on with the Freemasons, and that's the name of that tune. Um, but I tell you what, it was very interesting. It was very educational, and I enjoyed having Chris on the show very much. I hadn't seen Chris probably in over a year, and I don't know what was going on with that beard thing. I caught him on camera, like, what's with that looked like a devil beard to me. I was like, here I am, bringing you on here, and you come in with the devil beard. Chris, if you're watching, you You got to do. This is a nice beard. I got the trim going on. I got a little coloring in there. I can't. My family, we're not hairy people. So I can't grow a full beard. So this is as good as it gets. This is a Shaggy from Scooby Doo, and which that was used to be one of my nicknames when I was when I worked in a factory when I was in my early 20s. I was Shaggy from Scooby Doo, and so don't spread that around. All right, but yeah, I need to have him answer these questions about Anton LaVey and Aleister Crowley. I mean, good grief, I had no idea those people were part of the Freemasons. And well, I'm Aleister Crowley, from what I understand, is he was a 33 degrees Mitchin. He came up with the phrase "do as thy wilt," which is probably his most blasphemous human being, evil human being that ever walked this earth. And I don't if you guys have not, if you don't know who I'm talking about, uh, look that up, because that man, he went to where on an express elevator, and it wasn't up. I mean, and yeah, he was something. And he was one of Satan's special little creatures, and by him being a part of the Freemasons, um, that's something else too. Now I understand they're saying that they didn't kick him out of the Freemasons, or he did. He stayed in the whole time. There's the research I've done on him is a little wishy washy on that. Any of the stuff I get on the Freemasons, I can find uh, a positive and a negative point to that, and it was very odd too, because after I posted that, after the video I did with him went live, I went from being live to a recording. I looked at it the next day, and if you look at my video, there YouTube did some kind of post there, explaining their opinion of what the Freemasons are. I didn't put that on there. They just put that on there. They put a little tag on my video to explain to everybody what the Freemasons are, which is also kind of creepy, because it means that I guess there's some words that I use that trigger the algorithm for them to generate that. And it's not it's not the first video I've done that YouTube has posted something like that on there. It was very, very strange when that's happening. Trying to think of the other video they did that too. It was the one where I did about the Catholic Church having transgender people, the Pope meeting with transgender people, and they posted something on that, about that video. Like, I guess if they don't like exactly what I'm saying, but it's not against their policy, they're going to throw me a little shot across the bow. Hey, watch it there, buddy. Watch it. But it's not against their rules, so they still want to let me know, we're watching you, Schumacher. you know. So yeah, I got one of those, but at least it's not a strike, so that's the most important thing. Try to stray out of the strike zone. You know what I'm saying? Um, but and that's the other thing too. He never asked. I did all. I whacked out my. Is it this thing? I think it's this, right? He told me before that we did any of this stuff. There's certain things he couldn't do. He said he could talk about anything, but some of these hand gestures and stuff, and the handshake and all that, he can't do, and he can't show because it's a secret. But he was very forthcoming about everything else. Let's see. Okay. I want to make sure. I think Kyle got off his Xbox, because I can do a little dance here now, and I'm not messing around. You guys hearing me and seeing me okay? I hope so, because the chat room just went dead silent, and that bothers me when that happens. I don't want to be sitting here talking to dead air. So yeah, same to me. What? What does that mean? Oh no. Here's the voodoo on me. Oh no, not the voodoo. And if you have a chance, go to Drew Bloom's comment page and take a look at the picture he posted this morning. It's awesome. Probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Hey, I had to plug that, Drew. It was just too funny. And yeah, that got my morning off with a grin. It really did. James, take it easy on those pizzas, man. You're gonna you're I don't know if you're I hope you're a young man because my constitution ain't we can't take that though. And that is what we're talking about. I was actually thinking about doing a video on Aleister Crowley and the other one, Anton LaVey, but I don't know, man. It's hard enough to do these videos on these false prophets to spend hours researching somebody that evil. I don't know if I could take it. I know I'll break another set of headphones. I can't stand blasphemy. I just can't stand it. 52. He's a little baby kid. 52. Oh man. Yeah, I'm just a smidge older than you, James. Just a smidge, you know. That's just how I gauge 6 years. So, anyway, counterfeit Christianity in Canada. Is he acting up again? Oh, are you talking about Cray Cray? Hold on a second. We don't use names here. We use that.
All he did was hurl childish insults at me.
Can you guys hear my sound effects? Because I think I got that taken care of. Oh, he never stops. He never stops. And there's a sickness there. We're all aware of it. There's a sickness there. So, and I really need to stop wasting my time in him and focus on the job at hand here, and that's spreading the gospel and exposing false prophets. And that's what my channel is really about. I do not want to get into an internet war with anybody. And besides, I can't go to war with him because he's unarmed. It's not fair to go to war with against an unarmed person. So it is what it is, but it still it still makes for good humor, and sometimes I just can't help myself. I mean, he just makes it too easy. Yeah, he writes his own jokes. He really does. He just doesn't see it. Yeah. And I was also thinking about doing because I'm not done with this video yet. I got 20 minutes in, and I'm thinking about throwing a little bit of Sid Roth in there because speaking of a guy that writes his own jokes, Sid Roth is probably the funniest false prophet propagandist that is ever been, and so yeah, I can't really talk about these people without talking about old Sid, and I haven't brought Sid to attention in a while. Fighting with Khan is like dunking on the kid wearing knee braces and crutches. but Alabama, he's got multiple college degrees. I mean that's what he tells Nurse Cratchit. Honestly, seriously, Nurse Cratchit and takes good care of him. Speaking of Nurse Cratchit, let me see.
Kenny, you get back to your bed. You know that crystals aren't real. It's all in your head. Now listen, if you take your medication, those crystals, they'll go away, all right?
Captain Kangaroo Colleges. Oh yes, and I pointed out that I put that picture of him in the clown. He actually uses my idea. Well, actually all of our ideas, because now he posts pictures of clowns to describe Drew, Alabama, and myself, which I think is hysterical. He trying to flip the script. The funny thing is, he writes his own insults that we can use at him, but he's just not a funny guy. To be a clown, you really need to be funny, and he's unfortunately not funny at all. He's actually a very sick human being, very sick, and he needs psychological help. All right, so I don't want to spend my whole thing on that nut bar. He's not. Oh yeah, he's definitely not really too bright at all. I mean, you can tell just by the way he talks, and he can't spell. And I mean, he he's just. But I mean, and that's the other thing too. He's got multiple college degrees. And I was talking to my one wife one night, and she says, "Well, people usually describe their multiple college degrees as bachelor's of science, associates, masters. You know, those are multiple college degrees, doctorates. You know, not multiple. I have multiple college degrees. You know, and it's funny because he posted his report card from. I guess he went to some community college and took some accounting courses, and his grades weren't really that good. When I was in school, when I took HVAC, which I was kidding around, I said I went to the 13th grade. I went to the Technical Institute to learn heating and air conditioning repair, and I was averaging a 3.8 grade point average, and I worked my butt off for that. And the perfect is 4.0, and I'm not tooting my own horn, just so you know. I learned more out and working on this stuff that I did in school. But yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that a 3.2 is not so good. Below average thing, but he was proud of that. He pat himself on the back about that. And that's how you get your multiple college degrees, and you go on worldwide television programs and talk to real doctors of theology and stuff. Yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get beat up tomorrow, man. Because I know you're watching, Kenny. I know you are. Betty Blevins has probably already told you Gary's live. We gotta tune in. Here's me not talking about Kenny. Oh man, look at that. See that? He put the voodoo on me. Now my camera's gone blurry. If I move around too much, it goes blurry. I guess I need a new camera. I do. Oh, yikes. Well, that's could be just my face doing that to the camera. Let's see if I can fix it. That do anything? Lexi usually comes in here and fixes this for me. I'm having technical difficulties. Lexi, get in here. All right. No, that ain't fixing it. All right. Usually it'll just clear up by itself. So let me just take a second here. I was also looking into doing a video on Amanda Grace again. She's just so hard to do a video on. That she never gets to the point. Let me see if I could. Then this camera is driving me crazy. Okay, it's not one thing; it's another with this studio. I rearranged my whole studio too, and she's hard to do because she'll talk for an hour and never get to the point, and that drives me crazy to the point where I speed up her talking so I can get to the meat of the subject with her. And basically, all she's doing anymore is just being a pitch woman. That's all she does. She sells and sells and sells and sells, and she's out there with her buddy, Mr. Pillow Guy, and the other thing that's disturbing to me, like the video that the Laura did over at Magical Mystery Church, is showing that basically that both sides, Republican and Democrat, they're all kind of the same thing. You know, they're two sides, and they're two sides of the same evil. Now, I have Christian conservative values, obviously. All right. But man, these evangelicals that are showing up on the campaign trail for Trump and the other Republicans are just downright scary. I showed a video not too long ago of Trump on the campaign trail with Kenneth Copeland. He calls Kenneth Copeland in to give a prayer. Now, if that doesn't scare you, I don't know what will. You know, and I really am concerned about that. Now, of course, if he gets the nomination, I'm guess who I'm voting for. But that is the end all. That just goes to show me that Donald Trump does not know what Christianity really is if he's hanging around with Kenneth Copeland. I mean, Kenneth Copeland just looks demonic. He really does. Let me see if I get in closer. Will that help? There we go. Oh, is that how you fix it? I got to get in closer. Who thought I'm going backwards and hoping that clears it up? All right. Is this better or is it worse? Yeah, I wasn't born with all the looks in the family, unfortunately. So, but yeah, Kenneth Copeland is. I mean, the first time I ever laid eyes on him, I said, "There's something wrong with that guy." You can see it in his eyes. That guy is demonic. There's a demonic spirit crawling around in that guy's body, and I'm not the first one to say it. Victoria says Trump is not who you think he is. No, well, nobody really is. Honestly, if you're in politics, there is a dark side to you. Excuse me. Like I said, I read off the list of all the presidents. I mean, we've had 46 presidents now, and 14 of them have been in the excuse me, in the Freemasons, and that is a disturbing fact. And not only that, they all belong to these little secret groups. That is that one where they go up there and they go out into the woods and all the billionaires and they pray to this owl, you know. And yeah, the Bush boys have been up there. I'm like, are you kidding me? Who is running this country? It's actually scary. It really is. Chris Follower says Copeland was and still is on Trump's faith advisory board since 2016. I did not know that he was on the face. I know Paula White was, and she's a complete. And I can't even describe what she is. She's so out there, and yeah, that's what Karen says. Paula White, still on that committee too. So yeah, it is Skull and Bones. Yes, well, Skull and Bones, but they're not the one. That's not the ones that go out and pray to the owl. That's in Yale. They both went to Yale, and so yeah, that's the secret society. There's some weird stuff going on in there where they make you spend the night in a crypt in a coffin or some craziness. That these are our presidents doing this stuff. I mean, you kidding me? Oh, don't tell Kenny. Don't tell Kenny. Yeah, the Illuminati. Now that's the other thing. I'm glad you mentioned that, Alabama. Because that's what Chris keeps talking about. That his faction is more like the Illuminati. Now look, the Illuminati weren't all that great either. Now the only I don't know that much about them, and they were supposed to be protecting Christians, but they were also oh, here I go again with this. They were also they're very well. Can you guys hear me? Or am I losing you? Okay, are we catching up? Okay. And Bohemian Grove, yes, true. That's what I'm talking about. Bohemian Grove, not Bohemian Rhapsody, but Bohemian Grove. And and by the way, Alabama Wisdom does a mean, and I'm talking mean, Bohemian Rhapsody. If you haven't seen it, I think it was two videos ago. Go check them. Go check out Alabama singing Bohemian. It was Bohemian Rhapsody. The little Freddie Mercury for us. And I did a little Elvis, but I deleted that video. It was just bad. I didn't have my sideburns on, and Kennedy, haven't seen him lately. Okay. So I want to just give me one moment, please. Okay. So, my favorite book of the Bible is the book of Psalms. I love Psalms, and it's something I enjoy just listening to when I'm driving sometimes. And so far, as long as I keep Jesus in my passenger seat, I've never had an accident. So, and this is I'm sure this is one that you've always heard, and it always makes me think. I always read this when someone dies, but for some reason it's very calming to me, and it really helps me. So I do, when I do these live streams, I do like to read some scripture. And so here's Psalm 23:4. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will feel no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. All right. And that always makes me feel good. No matter any evil that comes up against me, the Lord is always with us. If it's some crazy guy, on the internet that who stalks you,
All he did was hurl childish insults at me.
or it's just someone at work that won't leave you alone, or something like that. That that scripture right there always makes me feel better. It makes me know that I'm not alone in this world, and I never will be. You know, um, I always feel that I'm not of this world, and I'm only here for a short time. I'm only here for a visit, and I don't love anything about this world. I only love the Lord. You know, and that is my big thing, that Jesus comes first in my life, and I'll always be that way, because I can look back through my entire life and realize even everyone that I love to this very day, my parents, my wife, my children, in some way they've hurt me, they've turned their backs on me, and things like that, just little things. But that's one thing that Jesus would never do. Jesus has always been with me in my walk through life, and he'll be with you through your walk through yours. And he'll never disappoint. He will never leave you, And and I have it actually over there when my grandmother died. It's the poem about the footprints in the sand. And, that is a perfect analogy on Jesus's walk with us through their walk through life, because human beings will always fail you and disappoint you, but Jesus Christ never will, and he never has. You know, he has always been my everything, and I love him very, very much. And that's why I'm here, because I cannot stand to see people like Ken Christmas or Julie Green besmirch the man who I love's name every single day. And I am not going to stand for that. And that's why I do this. And sometimes I've worked all day and I'm tired, and I come home and I go, I gotta get this video done before Wednesday. And I go, well, maybe I just won't do one this week. But then something gets me up and gets me out here and gets me rolling. Before I know it, I've got another video to put out here, because it's a labor of love. And sometimes it angers me. It drives me to the edge of the list to have to sit here and listen to that blasphemy and cut it down into a I listened to 3 hours of blasphemy yesterday for 6 minutes of video after I'm done editing it. And I realized that, and I was like, I just spent 3 hours for 6 minutes. And you know what? But that was a good 6 minutes. That 6 minutes is going to help me get my point across, and that's why I'm doing it, because it needs to be put out there. There's not enough people understanding this. When I go over to Amanda Grace's channel or Robin Bullock's channel, and I see that there was 900,000 views on their channel, I realize I have a lot of work to do. We all have a lot of work to do. We have to try to get these people away from it. Now, is 900,000 people looking at him because they're believers in him, or are they just like people who slow down to look at a car accident? There's some kind of morbid fascination with that, or and me, I'm viewing his channel because I need to do research for a video or something like that, but I'm giving him the view, and he has become very wealthy off of that. And I'm not here to get wealthy. I am not wealthy by any stretch of the imagination. All we're trying to do by taking donations for this channel is to try to help with expenses to for Drew and Alabama and I to go out and do these bullhornings, because it does help. I've only been to one and I want to go to more. And because I've seen, when we were in Minnesota, I've seen people go right past us, and I've also seen people drive away. Now, maybe they were just driving away, but it was strange for where we were. For them to keep driving, it seemed like they were looking, and then they were just kept right on going rather than to have to deal with us. That's if that's what we did. If we just did that to one or two people, it was worth the. I don't know how far Minnesota is from New Jersey, but I mean, it was worth the. It was no. My computer's not restarting. Not now. Hold on. my computer wanted to restart. No. And anyway, I lost my train of thought now. Yeah, if we just pushed a few away from going in there and listening to that blasphemy, then it was worth the over 1,000-mile trip I think I took out there. And so yes, it was an awesome experience. I would love getting to meet you guys and Drew and your wife. And I've said that before. You're just very good people, and I'm very blessed to have you in my life. I'm blessed to have all you people in my life. I've gotten in a very good relationship with Counterfeit Christianity in Canada, who we lovingly call CCC. And I just think she's the sweetest person, and she's very kind. And I got to get Lexi to start using your piano lessons. She got free piano lessons, and I haven't heard her plunking on that thing yet. So I'm here we are. so I wouldn't have bought her a keyboard until she actually took a look into that. So all right. So I think I'm going to shut it down. We are at 51 minutes. This is I think it's my longest one to date here. I'm hoping that when I view this back, it isn't a complete disaster with all the other stuff that happens with my computer. And I'm hoping to get better at this live stream stuff, because I do love socializing with you people. And thank you all for coming out here on Saturday nights to fellowship with me. So I'm going to say a prayer, and let me bow my head. I always got to get a little closer to the microphone here. Heavenly Father, thank you for blessing us with another day. Thank you for keeping evil at bay, and thank you for loving us each and every day. I know I just made a rhyme there, Lord, but I didn't mean it. And I love you, Lord. And thank you for everyone within the sound of my voice. And thank you for the fellowship that I enjoy here with these fine people. And I pray in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, folks. I will see you on Wednesday for my regular Heretic Hump Day on Wednesday, and I'll be putting that out about 6 o'clock, I think. So God bless you all. Good night, and have a great rest of your weekend.